Well, hello there. Glad you could make it back. I spent some time attempting to kick like 200 times, and I still can't get the timing down a lot. Like that. And that. I am now kind of curious about what the frame window is for kicking. Ahem. Well, I guess it's about time for me to do this finally. Not that this matters because, well, at least not for my appearance, because everything about my body and face is hidden anyway. Yep, the manual tells me how to do that. The manual says some interesting things, such as, I'm on a quest to find my soul. I'm wondering if that was mentioned in the game at some earlier point, but it was removed. Oh well. Not gonna worry. Not gonna worry. Now, since I am foolish enough to play this game online, I will probably not stay human for very long. And before I do any further advancement or exploration, I want to go backwards. Yeah. Because with this new +5 dagger, I want to see if I can deal damage to Black Knights. Not with my normal attacks, of course. That would be silly. But perhaps I can kill them with perhaps 1 parry and 1 backstab, or even 2 parries would be acceptable. Also, it would make reaching the Black Knight quickly quite a lot easier. But first, of course, I have to get there. And since I have 0 souls, I can try risky stuff like this. People are chasing me forever, and I don't care. Well, I care a little bit, but... I clearly do not understand the game quite enough. Oh, this is actually a shortcut. Well, that wasn't very smart of me, but whatever. Oh wait, wrong button. Yep. It is okay though. That's not the right way either, but... And now I'm definitely trapped. Now, if this was a serious Sam game, I could just jump over them, but unfortunately it's not. I'll never make that mistake again. I guess I'll take that as punishment for not knowing which direction I was running there. But I may in fact need practice running through things, so I might as well take that practice where I can get it. Because Lord knows I'm not going to fight my way through all this game. So there's not a roll-off point here. That is okay, because there is one here. Wow. That was a really nice mid-air shot right there. I am also amazed that, wow. Hey, I can kill those in 2 hits now. Very nice. I guess that works. Well. Oh, no, not that way. I can never remember where to go from there exactly. And now, because, as demonstrated, fighting a Black Knight is usually a matter of instant death, I'm gonna rest at this anti-progress point. And I'm kind of surprised that resting here doesn't drop me down to 5 flasks. There's definitely more backstab damage than before. And more non-backstab damage. Oh, I missed you guys. Before. But hopefully I won't miss this time. So rude. Now, what I'd like to do here is to practice against the Black Knight. I also apparently need to practice my aim, because it seems like the strangest thing in the world, but upgrading my dagger does not seem to have also upgraded my bow at the same time. Yeah. What have I been firing all this time? Well, whatever. This is a very strange crosshair. Well, my damage seems to have improved greatly. In fact, I definitely do not think that those upgrades improved my weapon's attack. Well, it didn't double my attack at least, but I seem to be dealing at least twice as much damage, which is a little bit odd to me. Huh, that makes me wonder if a headshot would have been good enough. And yeah, I realize I almost certainly don't have to do that against an enemy without a shield. But I feel like it's very important for me to stay in practice for this sort of thing. Oh, there we go. One hit kill. Probably the only acceptable amount of attack power if you want to actually kill something with the bow and arrow, because lots of enemies have shields or get evasive after the first hit. Actually, I don't recall whether the blacksmith sells fire bombs. Not that I expect to use them a whole lot after this. Anyway. It's... I don't know. Now that I think about it, the bow's base attack is very low. Let me just take a look at that. Dang it, I can only check it over here. That's very inconvenient. Yeah, its base attack is 31. Most of my extra damage comes... I can't imagine that the plus 84 comes from Dex. So it's probably at least part my arrow. Anyway, I suspect that upgrading that, the blacksmith won't change its power very much. So this is likely to be as strong as it's going to get. Nope, wrong button. So I jumped the gun on the first parry. Who cares? Well, I realize that clearing all this stuff out is still very slow, and that I should probably just use my normal dagger attacks at this point. But when I see an attack like that last one, I feel like it's almost impossible to not parry it. So, I'm going to assume, really wild I know, that I'm not going to kill the Black Knight right here. So instead I'm going to try and dodge as much as I can and learn its move timing. Well, that confirms my idea that one backstab and probably one other backstab will kill it now. That is definitely more than a 2 times increase in damage, which surprises me quite a bit. Now, this is actually an okay place for practice, I think. Okay. Great dodge reflexes there. Also, it seems that my sense of timing for drinking Estus flasks is on point as always. Oh, wow. I thought for sure that it would be set back to 5 after that. I guess I actually have to drink from them for that to happen. I mean, yes, it's a long animation, but I'm still wondering if it might be... Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, really. Unfortunately, even though it takes more time, I do have to get rid of these guys to make sure that I can properly practice. Ah, the dead zone on this thing is killing me. Get it? Okay, that was definitely too late. And just when I thought I was getting better at the game, I run into that kind of problem. I thought, I can clear these guys out easily now. If only I knew. Yeah, I know. Why am I bothering to parry everything when I can just block and counter and it would be faster? It just, as I said, it doesn't feel right. That's one. That's two. That's three. If only it was all that easy. Well, then no one would play the game because, yeah. Time to practice my kicking. As soon as you get up here, jerk. Also, I think, I don't know, this place is a little narrow. Haha. You might have thought when I reached that blacksmith bonfire that we were done with all this. Nope. I need to enact Black Knight practice mode and have it last longer than 3 seconds. I noticed a lot of messages. Probably some equivalent of happy fun times. Now, why did I press the attack button more than once? I didn't quite figure that one out. Alright, so that attack... Wow. So the first thing I notice is that all of its attacks are really wide and hard to dodge, which is a problem because I also will almost certainly not be able to block them. I mean, I really want to do this off camera because going through all this stuff is over and over again just for a very short amount of practice. Well, it feels tedious to me, and I'm actually playing the game. Can't imagine what it's like for someone who's watching it. So because its attacks are wide and it's very aggressive... Wait, I was trying to normal block there. So the conclusion I can draw from that is... Wait, what? Anyway. The conclusion I can draw from that is that this game has a lot of command buffering. Like, if you tell the game that you're parrying, it will hold that command for a very long time. It's also clear that I haven't learned how to fight more than one enemy at once. And that's almost certainly going to be a big problem. As much as I dislike locking onto enemies, I think I'll have to do that in practice mode just so I can get a good look at what's going on. Also, that sort of guy who notices me from far away and comes in, That seems like the exact sort of placement that will lead to him following me down here and attacking me from behind while I try to approach the Black Knight, so all I can say is I approve of that kind of game design. So, I pressed the button once that time. Also, I also noticed that the sound when hitting a Black Knight is very different than from hitting something else. It doesn't sound fleshy or in any way human at all. Alright, so let's do some locking on and dodging. Okay. So the timing on most of its attacks seems fairly similar. Kind of fast, but not unreactable. And it has a lot of time after that. Enough time for that, as a matter of fact. Whoa, that was dramatic. That was very dramatic. Okay, and the best thing is, since it's all recorded, I can just go rewatch that stuff as much as I like, sort of get a feel for when those attacks come out and when they're most likely to be parryable. And I also discovered that its love of that fancy flourish, whether it hits or not, that could be a real boon to me in the future. Because I've played enough games like this to know that it is guaranteed to not be the only Black Knight. Well, okay, even if I hadn't come across that other one, but its attacks seem to be different somehow. I'll have to double check the footage. Anyway, next time I'm going to get some practice against that other Black Knight and hopefully kill that one too. Later. No, wait, no, not later. I almost forgot something important. I wasn't fighting that Black Knight just because. It was guarding something. How did I forget about that part? Actually, I know exactly how I forgot about that part because I've done similar things in other games. Sorry, you'll have to wait your turn. There, you have had your turn. Whoa, is that a one-hit kill on those guys now? Well, they are very flimsy guys, so maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Oh. So the answer is yes, but this attack will bounce off of walls, and it's probably very bad for the knife. Actually, I'm not sure if Dark Souls tracks that sort of thing, but it might. So yes, it is a one-hit kill. Man, remember when it took like 5 hits? I definitely don't need that. But the other thing I noticed is that even with this super-powered reinforced dagger, its raw power isn't a whole lot higher than my scimitar. Which makes me wonder what will happen after I upgrade that thing. Yeah. I should probably get used to kicking. Because I would not be surprised if there was some enemy out there where kicking is the only the only remotely reasonable way for my build to kill it. Also, I just realized that I made it over here without using an Estus flask, which was not a thing in my previous runs, let me tell you. And this also goes with my idea of enemies with that death animation not coming back. A ring. Okay. Boosts defense when my health is low. So, the point in the battle where it activates is the point where an increase in defense is least likely to save me. I only equipped it because I don't have any other rings to put in that slot. Let's not go and assume that I thought it might ever be useful. Now, a ring that increases attack when my health is low will fit into certain kinds of insanity builds, that the kind of thing that you might use if you've played through the game like 20 times and you get low on health on purpose just to clear things out faster on the way to whatever real challenge you're after. That's not where I'm at, though. I will see you next time.